Today, 28th of October 2023. This day is celebrated as Wild of Woods Day, National Make a Difference Day, National Hug a Sheep Day, International Animation Day. According to the Indian history, in 1886, the Statue of Liberty was dedicated to the United States more than the century ago. On this day, in 1886, then United States President Grover Cleveland officially dedicated the famous Statue of Liberty to the people of his country. Going towards the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, we start with the newspaper The Hindu status that Israel-Hamas war day 22 live updates. Israel steps up airs and ground attacks in the Gaza as United Nations calls for humanitarian truce. According to the Palestinian Health Ministry, since the October 7 attack, at least 7,326 people have been killed in Israel's retaliatory strikes on the big beside territory, mainly civilians, including 3,038 children. Smoke and explosion is caused by the Israeli bombardment are seen on the horizon in the northern Gaza on October 28, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that India unlikely to join global cooling pledge at Conference of Party 28 report. India is unlikely to sign on to a global pledge to the reduce cooling-related emissions at the Conference of Party 28 climate meeting, citing the need for the world's most populous country to have affordable cooling. Two government officials told a return. The pledge would require major investments by the countries to shift to sustainable cooling technologies and also raise the cost of such products. A person works a post at Conference of Party 28. The Hindu newspaper also states that more arrests in Lalit Patil drug case after Mumbai police nab key aide from Uttarakhand. Harish Pant was the 18th accused to be arrested in the 300 crore drug bust case at a factory in Nashik. Drug director Lalit Patil. Towards the Indian Express newspaper states that Dali explores the legal and diplomatic options after Qatar death sentence. Embassy tap as top liars in Doha. FD reports 8 charged with the spying for Israel. Court awareness about the death sentence in the Qatar to 8 Indian nationals, all former personnel of the Indian Navy. Delhi is faced with tough legal and diplomatic challenges as it plots a way out. Delhi will work the levers reply on the political, economic, defense ties and the goodwill the Indian community enjoys to find a way out. But timing poses a challenge. The charge of especially if it involves Israel, will have implications and kill the mood in the Arab world over the bombing of Gaza. This can be tricky. India Express also states that on an average, an Adani port every 500 km of coastline, these handle 24% of all cargo commercial ships. At least 2 officials and a former regulator flag concerns over the market concentration in the last 10 years from just one big port, Mundra, in 2001. The Adani Group today has grown to be the largest private operator with as many as 14 ports and terminals handling a quarter of all cargo passing through the country's ports. A container ship docked at Mundra port in Gujarat. India Express also states that rice production to dip 3.7% due to the uneven monsoon. As per Agriculture Ministry, the area of rice production in the Kharif season for 2023 is 411 lakh hectare, which is higher than 404.27 lakh hectare during the same season in 2022. The estimated decline in rice production for 2023-24 shows the impact of uneven distribution of monsoon rain. The decline is despite an increase in area under paddy production. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Prime Minister E-Bus Seva scheme tenders to be out next week. The first set of tenders for 3,000 electric buses under the recently announced Prime Minister E-Bus Seva scheme will likely to be floated next week, according to the Union Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry. Union Urban and Housing Affairs Ministry Hardeep Singh Puri inaugurated a 16th UMI conference and exhibition of 2023. Law for OPS laptops for college students go down at rupees 2 per kg among Kellogg's 5 guarantees. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot says that Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot on Friday announced five guarantees for the people of the state, including a law of the old pension scheme and buying cow dung at rupees 2 per kg. Among other electoral promises was providing a laptop or a tablet to government college students and rupees 15 lakh insurance cover for losses incurred during any natural disaster. Financial Times also states that India begins quiet efforts after 8 ex-Navy veterans get death penalty in Qatar. A copy of a verdict from the Qatar Coast Court of first instance was yet to be formally received by the Indian side. New Delhi, India has quietly launched efforts to find a resolution to the issue of the 8 former Indian Navy personnel given the death sentence by the Qatari court. Though authorities in both countries remained tight-lipped on the matter on Friday. Going towards the economy of the country, RIL net profit up 29.7% on growth momentum in consumer business. Revenue rose by 1.2% to rupees 2,55,996 crore for the quarter, as against rupees 2,52,846 crore in the same period of the last year. But December 2023 will also complete Pan India rollout of 5G services and set a new global benchmark for the fastest rollout of 5G network across a large nation. Reliance Retail has continued to rapidly expand its offline as well as online pressures while adding to its already impressive range of products and offerings, Ambani said. Indices and losing streak of 6 sessions on strong global cues. The 30-year BSE Sensex gained 634.65 points, or 1.01%, to end at 63,782.8. The NSE Nifty 50 rose 189.95 points, or 1.01%, to finish at 19,047.2. Domestic equity markets snapped 6 continuous days losing streak and rebounded over 1% on Friday, tracking strong global cues. Markets were in an oversold zone after 6 session fall, and investors were already anticipating a relief rally soon, aided by a recovery in several Asian indices. Domestic equities bounced back sharply on strong all-round buying spurt, and Nifty once again retained the 19,000 mark, said Amol Athawale, Vice President at Technical Research, Kotak Securities Limited. BSE NSE to conduct 1 hour Muhurat trading on Diwali. The symbolic trading session will be held between 6 p.m. and 7:15 p.m. This includes a 15-minute pre-market session, and the stock exchange said in a separate circulars. Leading stock exchange BSE and NSE will conduct a 1 hour special Muhurat trading session on the occasion of Diwali on November 12. It is believed that the trading during the Muhurat or auspicious hour brings prosperity and a financial growth for stakeholders. It was a science world news, including Israel says the vast network of Hamas tunnels will make a ground offensive long and difficult. War-weary mourners, wives and children of Ukrainian soldiers demand a cap on a military service time. China's chief epidemiologist Wu Zunyao, who helped drive the anti-COVID fight, dies at age 60. China's top diplomat visits Washington to help stabilize ties and perhaps set up the Biden-Xi summit. World Health Organization cites reports of 1,000 unidentified bodies under Gaza rubble. United States military says Chinese fighter jet came within 10 feet of B-52 bomber over the South China Sea. Going towards science and technology, bigger is not always better. Top 8 compact phones that pack a punch. Remember the days when phones could be used with one hand. These compact handsets bring back the good old times. We have a compact phone for every price point. Reliance Jio demonstrates its satellite-based gigabit internet in India. Reliance Jio says that it has demonstrated India's first gigabit satellite internet technology. An illustrative image depicting a SpaceX satellite. This is how Qualcomm plans to create highly personalized machine with its new Snapdragon X Lite chip. During a Snapdragon summit this week in Maui, Hawaii, Qualcomm announced their redesigned processor for laptops called X Lite, which processes artificial intelligence locally. Companies like Qualcomm think artificial intelligence can fix personal computers and thus help retailers, PC sellers. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Abul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmad bin Khairuddin Al Hassini Azad, whose short name is Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, whose birth anniversary is 1888 up to 22nd of February 1958, was an Indian independence activist, Islamic theologian, writer, and a senior leader of the Indian National Congress. Following India's independence, he became the first Minister of Education in the Indian government. He is commonly remembered as Maulana Azad. The word Maulana is an honorific meaning our master, and he had adopted Azad Free as his pen name. His contribution to the establishing the Education Foundation in India is recognized by celebrating his birthday as a National Education Day across India. So it is 11 November, National Education Day. Maulana says a famous quotation. He says that climbing to the top demands strength, whether it is the top of the Mount Everest or to the top of your career. Okay, thank you.